What can we do to stop ourselves from going mad? Right now, we're all self-isolating, as the government likes to call it, and we're all probably starting to go a little bit crazy because it's really difficult when you cannot go out except for that one time a day to get your exercise, to get your essential supplies and your food in. What actually can we do to try and stay sane in this situation? Well, this is the first video of what I hope is going to be perhaps a series of videos. I apologise for the terrible lighting, the terrible sound, and all the rest of it. This is raw, so that's what it is. I'm going to give you some suggestions. These are things that I have found that have helped me to cope, to stay sane up until this point now. We're only a few days in. We don't know how long this is going to last, but here's some suggestions. Okay, number one is exercise. Apart from that sort of one time a day when we're supposed to go out and exercise and get essential supplies, what else can we do for exercise? And obviously, if you're one of those people who is in the at-risk category, you cannot leave your house at all, and that means you can't even go out, you can't get fresh air, you can't go for a walk or run, or you can't cycle. It's possible that you may not be physically fit enough or active enough to go out either. You might be housebound anyway. So what can you do? Well, there are things you can do. There's still things we can do. We can do exercises from home. Have a look online, have a look at exercises you can do at home. There are people out there putting on fitness videos and things like that, which you can do at home. But some suggestions would be things like we can do press-ups, we can do sit-ups, we can do leg lifts. And if you don't know what any of those things are, Google it. You'll find out there are things we can do. We can stretch. You can still do things like yoga from home, and that brings me on to the next thing on my list. So exercise is important, whatever it is, even if it's playing a computer game that involves some sort of fitness exercise, jumping around the room. Be careful not to cause yourself an injury or break anything. But the next thing on my list, number two, is meditation. Not everybody does meditation, but I'm finding it absolutely vital at the moment. You don't have to do a lot of meditation. You don't have to sit there for hours on end, but if you can meditate even for 5 minutes during your day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do, even if you've got kids or you're having to work from home, if you can do that, if you can meditate, you are going to find that it centers you, it calms you down, it focuses you, and you become more productive. It's brilliant. It's one of the things I might come on to in a further video. I might give you a meditation, something that you can meditate along with. That's possibly something I might do in the next video or in a video later on. So meditation is brilliant, and there are apps out there. There are apps out there absolutely to help you meditate, to guide you and things like that. And I might give you some of those again in a later video. So exercise, number one. Meditation, number two. What else can we do to try and stop ourselves going mad? If you are stuck in a house with other people, in some ways that's great because you've got company. You're not bored. Those people who are stuck in a house by themselves are going to feel very isolated at this point, and that's where technology comes in. That's where things like Facebook Messenger comes in. Some of these apps out there that allow you to video conference or video call with each other, and I will list some of those in a up and coming video as well. I'll give you some of those, so that you know the kind of apps that you can download. But there are apps out there that allow you to video call, video conference, so you can talk to relatives, you can have conversations with relatives. I know people who've done video calls, and they've done things like they've had drinking evenings, or they've had coffee and cake mornings, or they've chatted with a group of friends, because some of these apps allow you to speak with several people all at the same time. So you can have a group conversation, a group meditation, a group meeting, whatever it is that you need to do. I mean, this is the kind of technology that people are using for work meetings and things like that whilst they're stuck at home. So this technology is great. You know, and there are different apps out there that allow you to do this, and I'll mention those in a later on video. So we've got fitness, we've got meditation, we've got using technology to communicate with other people if you're stuck by yourself. If you're with other people, at least you've got company. But I'm going to hazard a guess here that for a lot of you, other people are going to probably starting to get on your nerves. You're driving each other mad because you're stuck together for most of the day, except possibly you can disappear and go for a walk sometimes, or go and get food. And you know, one of the things that's going to help here, depending on the size of the property that you live in, find your own space. You've got to have your own space. Having your own space is really important. Whatever it might be, if it's going out to the garden by yourself and doing something, if it's going into your bedroom and reading a book, or watching a film on your laptop or your iPad, you know, create your own space. Find time for yourself. It's not about not being social. You know, you can be really, really social at times, but then there are times when you need to shut yourself away for an hour or for a couple of hours and just focus on the things that you want to do. Okay, those are the things that you know you've got to focus on having time for yourself as well as time with other people. You know, so I think it's really important. That's my phone. It's really important and vital that you create your own space. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to get along with other people. So we've got exercise, we've got meditation, we've got using technology and social apps to stay in communication with other people. We can phone them as well. We can use our phones to have a phone call with people, but it's so much nicer to have that video call. You know, yes, it means you're going to have to get dressed. You have to get out your pajamas. You're going to have to do your makeup. You're going to have to brush your hair. You're going to have to do all those things. But it gets you up. So we've got technology, and then we've got creating your own space. Be organised as well. Try and organise yourself. Try and have a routine. I think that is vital at the moment. We've got to have a routine. Whatever that routine might be, it's no good if you're lying in bed until lunchtime, if you're staying up half the night, if you're getting up at the crack of dawn. You know, you've got to try and build some kind of routine into your life. And the easiest way to do that is to continue with your kind of work routine, or you know, make sure that you are getting up at a certain time in the morning, that you're having lunch at the same time if you can, that you're having dinner in the evening at the same time, that you are going to sleep at a similar sort of time. By building that routine, you know where you're at. You're not losing the sense of time, because we're all stuck at home. We're all stuck there. You're losing focus on what day of the week it is. Is it a Saturday? Is it a Sunday? Is it a Monday? Is it a Tuesday? It's not, you know, building that routine gives you some sense of grounding. So have that routine and do things at a similar time each day. You know, whatever it is. If it's watching a program on TV at 6 o'clock in the evening, watch that program on TV at 6 o'clock in the evening. If it's reading your book before you go to bed, fantastic. Read your book before you go to bed. If it's playing your games for an hour at that point, start to just build some kind of routine into your day. Because by doing that, you are keeping your brain functioning, you're keeping your body functioning, and you're keeping yourself in that mindset that you had before this whole thing kicked off. So, you know, get up and get in the shower and do what you need to do. So, I'm just going to list these one more time. Exercise, vital, because we're all going to get lose our fitness if we don't. Meditation, use technology to keep in touch with people, create your own space, and build routine into your day. I think those 5 things have really helped me, and I think hopefully they're going to kind of help you to keep your sanity. So I'll leave you with that for today. I'll leave you with those 5 ideas, and I might focus individually on those ideas one at a time, or I might look at some of those in later episodes of this. But for the moment, stay safe and look after yourselves, and hopefully I'll speak soon.